Today I'm going to be sharing a story about how I was dumped by a friend. This will be probably part one of a series because, for good or for bad, I have a lot of these real life stories. So I'm going to change the name to protect the innocent or the guilty, depending on your point of view. So I'm going to say the name Tammy for whatever. I apologize if your name is Tammy, but in my family, for whatever reason, Tammys have done us wrong, including my sister. So I'm going to just start with that. So Tammy and I went to the same church, and I found myself in a small group. I don't know what it was, but I went to a meeting and it was women, and we were in a little conference room, and Tammy was really upset. Her and her husband were having some marital difficulties, and she really needed a night out with him to reconnect. So I felt really badly for her. So I remember going home from that meeting and talking to my husband about babysitting for Tammy's kids so that she could, go out with her husband. And I emailed her, and that was the start of our friendship. And we became very close, very fast. And I'll use the term love bomb because I know that's that's a current term. It's fairly new to me, but I looked it up, and that's exactly what had happened. She was love bombing me, and she was, telling me, as the months progressed, what a great friend I was to her, and that I was really like a sister to her, that I was no longer in the friend category. We were now sisters, which I thought was great. I really connected with her. She was really outgoing, and she was a lot of fun, and she was really generous. Our families had Thanksgiving dinner together. We celebrated Easter together. So you can see that, it was a real friendship from my eyes, through my eyes. And then probably, I don't even know how many years, 2 years, we were really good friends. And then Tammy's husband got a new job in New York, so off they went. And what was really sad is that literally that was the end. She never communicated really with me again, maybe a text, an occasional text in the beginning, but she really stopped phone calls. So here's here's another naive story. I am worried. I'm thinking she's depressed. So I'm just calling her. Hey, I haven't heard from you. Hey, you need to call me. Hey, I just want to make sure you're doing okay in New York. And nothing. Now, Tammy was also friends with several other women in our church. And they would ask me, have you heard from Tammy? And I would say, nothing. Zero. I've heard zero from Tammy. And it was the same for them. So I wasn't alone in that. She just stopped communicating. And, we were all worried. And they were saying, oh, they too had left her many voicemail messages. And I was thinking still, oh, she must be really depressed. It's so hard starting over. But of course, then there's social media. So you get to see what other people are doing. And good for her. She was out there. She was joining clubs. She was super social from day one. She just joined a bunch of clubs and looked like to be having, I mean, at least on social media, which I know is not real, but she looked to be having a lot of fun in her new area. She had a lot to do there, obviously, and a lot of things to do, and looked like she had found a lot of moms to connect with, which I was genuinely happy for her. That's what I wanted. I didn't want her sad in her new home. But it just, the months went by and no communication. nothing. And I was really troubled by it. And I talked briefly to my pastor about it. And he said, well, that's how some people react to moving different ways. He was like, some people really have to completely get engulfed in their new community, in their new friendship circles, and they really need to leave the past behind for their own, psychological well-being. So he's like, everyone handles moving and that break differently. So I really did understand that once he told me that point of view, and I did give that a lot of thought, and definitely saw some validity to that. And then on the other side, I thought, well, gosh, I know she doesn't need me anymore because she looks like she's doing real well, but I still needed her. I still needed that friendship. But that was it. And fast forward, I had moved to a new state, and I got a message on social media from Tammy, just kind of randomly out of the blue. Years had gone by, and Tammy had said where she was now living. Well, I was living, I don't know, an hour and a half away from Tammy. And so we messaged back and forth, and then she said, hold on, something just happened. I can't keep texting right now. I'll text you again, later. And and years went by and nothing. That was the last communication to date from Tammy. So I guess looking back, we became very fast friends, and I've in these videos about friendship, I'm trying to identify trends and learn so that I don't keep repeating past mistakes. I want to, as I age, become wiser, hopefully. So looking back, I guess just the fact that we became such close friends so quickly, looking back, would be a red flag, and maybe going forward, just to put the brakes on a little bit and slow it down. But I don't have any real closure with Tammy, and I guess I never will, and that's pretty common for any time any one of us, me or you watching this video, have been ghosted by a friend. I've been reading all the amazing heartfelt comments that you've been leaving, and it's so painful when you get ghosted by a friend and you have no closure. You have no idea what happened. They're just out of your life, like poof, they're gone. And that is so hard, because at least if you know what you did, you think, oh gosh, yeah, I did that. Ooh, they're right. They have a point. Or you can disagree with them. Either way, but at least you can try to see it through their point of view. But it's really hard being ghosted and just frozen out of their lives, and just wondering, what did I do? I don't really wonder that anymore with Tammy, because I think Tammy is, doing fine in her new area and making a lot of friends as usual, because she's fun and outgoing and fun to be around. And I wish Tammy well, but I guess that's the end of the road for her and I. And me, I'll just be left wondering what the heck happened. So if you can relate to this, let me know. Put a comment down below and let me know if you've ever been dumped or ghosted by a female friend and just left wondering what happened. Thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate the subscribers on my channel, and I appreciate deeply all of the comments that you leave. I do read them. Thanks for watching.